The Thunder have taken the NBA by storm. For the first time, the NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City. The storybook season is complete.
These Oklahoma City Thunder have all the characteristics, as one NBA GM told me this week. Oklahoma City might be the best positioned team in pro sports. This might be something we're going to be witnessing as the new normal for the NBA in Oklahoma City.
OKC, man, they're the deepest team in the league.
They have a high chance of winning this thing again this year.
Over the last couple of years, the Oklahoma City Thunder have taken a step and transformed from a rebuilding experiment, which was a team with a bunch of draft picks due to that guy Paul George, into an absolute powerhouse. This team is young, this team is fast, and this team is absolutely dominating the NBA.
He went up. Bucket. See where the contact is. Oh, that wasn't a foul, Reg.
And when you start comparing him to the likes of Michael Jordan and Kobe, one of the things you're seeing with the way this game is going to be officiated, Greeny, if they call fouls on SGA, if you blow on him and he has 17 free throw attempts, OKC wins the game.
The flopping is out of control. The morning after Thunder Spurs games, the autopsy is rarely about the actual play, and it's all about the flopping. I mean, he's just trying to sell fouls all the time.
The Thunder aren't just out shooting and outrunning the rest of the league, they're outsmarting them. And they're doing it by exploiting the NBA rulebook better than any team has been able to do in modern history. Today, we need to talk about the dark art of the Oklahoma City Thunder and how a team-wide system of flopping, foul baiting, and selling contact has turned them into an unstoppable force. So now, if we really want to understand the Thunder system, we need to start with the head of the snake, which is obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he is truly incredible. He's one of the best isolation scorers on the planet, but his superpower isn't just his handle or his mid-range jumper. It's his uncanny ability to manipulate defenders into fouling him, or at least manipulating the referees into thinking he was fouled. Shai leads the league in drives to the basket, but he doesn't drive to avoid contact, he's actively hunting it. Let's watch this play. He decelerates right when the defender tries to recover. The moment he feels a hand on his hip, he executes his signature move, the head snap. By snapping his head back, Shai creates a visual illusion of a severe impact, even if the defender barely touches him. In real time, it looks like a nasty foul, and referees are trained to watch for unnatural bodily movements as a cue for illegal contact. And SGA gives them the most exaggerated cue possible. He doesn't just do this occasionally either, it's a fundamental pillar of his offense, and it guarantees him a floor of 8 to 10 easy points a night, even on nights when his jumper isn't falling. But here's where the genius of the Thunder truly lies. If this was just, Shai foul baiting, teams could adjust. But in Oklahoma City, foul drawing isn't an individual tactic, it's a team-wide philosophy. Let's now take a look at Jared McCain. While he is one of the youngest guards in the league, he's already manipulating defenses and referees. McCain understands something a lot of young scorers don't. In today's NBA, creating contact is sometimes even more valuable than creating separation. Let's watch what he does here. First of all, he gives Dylan Harper a nasty elbow right in the neck and does not get a call. Whatever, let's play on. He makes it to the top of the key, purposely absorbs the contact, and falls directly down on the ground while making the whistle blow. While the first part of the play could have been, let's say, an outlier, the second half is calculated and is becoming an effective weapon for the Thunder and all their players. But the craziest part of it all, Jared's barely scratched the surface. He's only been in OKC for a few months, and he's already picked up these habits from Shai and the roster. In his previous stints over at Duke and in Philly, Jared never truly understood the value of foul manipulation as it was embedded into him over in Oklahoma City. Now, why does any of this even matter? And the answer is really because of math. The Thunder realized that getting fouled early in a quarter changes the math of the entire game. By accumulating these cheap fouls in the first 6 minutes of a quarter, the Thunder push the opposing team straight into the penalty. Once a team is in the bonus, the defense is paralyzed. Opponents know that breathing too hard on SGA, J-Dub, or Chet Holmgren will result in automatic free throws. The defense softens up, they drop their aggression, and suddenly the floor opens up completely. The Thunder aren't just getting free throws, they are systematically disarming the opposing defense for the rest of the quarter. We usually associate flopping with offense, but the Thunder have mastered defensive flopping. Nobody embodies this better than Dort himself. Dort is built like a linebacker. He is arguably the strongest perimeter defender in the NBA, yet when an opponent sets a screen on him, he frequently hits the deck like he was just struck by a sniper. But this is intentional. By throwing himself backwards and flailing up his arms, Dort forces the referee to have to make a decision. Even if he only gets the offensive call 30% of the time, the value is astronomical. It results in a turnover, it puts a foul on the opposing team's big man, and it completely disrupts the rhythm of the offense. It is infuriating for opposing fans to have to watch a 220-pound wall of muscle fall over at the slightest breeze. But, defensively, it's incredibly effective. Basketball is a game of runs and momentum. When an opposing team hits 2 quick threes and the crowd gets loud, most teams just call a timeout right there. But the Thunder just drive into the lane and they flail up. Foul baiting creates dead balls. It stops the clock and it stops the transition game. If you watch a Thunder game, you'll notice how often the game grinds to an absolute halt, exactly when the opponent starts gaining momentum. It's psychological warfare. It frustrates opposing star players, it leads to technical fouls, and sloppy mistakes start happening out of pure annoyance. But on the other side, the Thunder are staying calm, they're marching to the free throw line, and they're slowly bleeding their opponents dry. In conclusion, should we be hating the player, or should we be hating the game? But let's be clear, the Oklahoma City Thunder are incredibly talented. You don't just win 60+ games by accident. They hit their shots, they defend at a high level, and they are brilliantly coached. But we also have to be honest about how they play their game. They have read the NBA rulebook, they've recognized the flaws in how referees officiate, and they've weaponized those flaws to perfection. It is tedious, and it is frustrating to watch. And to be honest, yeah, it kind of ruins the aesthetic flow of basketball. But in a league where winning is the only thing that matters, you have to admit, it's pretty genius. What do you guys think? Are the Thunder ruining the game? Or are they just playing by the rules that they were given? Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Drop a like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and subscribe for more deep dives in the NBA. See you in the next one.